Live and local baseball, proudly sponsored by Home Appliance Center, Hometown Restyling, I'm On Communications, and Walton Collision Center. This is a presentation of KCRG TV9 Sports. It's the High School Series, live from the Field of Dreams, only on KCRG 9.2.
Doesn't get any better than this. Let's play two at the Field of Dreams movie site. Coach John Harms is with me. I'm Jack Lito, and Coach Harms, they will come. They will most definitely come. And there are cars lined up as the rain slowly starts to come down. Hopefully it can pass us by to see a cross-city battle between Dubuque Hempstead and Dubuque Senior. And it's a cliche, Coach Harms, but I love it anyway. You got to throw out the records when you have a game like this, especially between rivals.
Yep, two crosstown rivals ready to go at it here tonight. We hope the raindrops stay to a minimum because crowd's fired up. They're prepared for the weather, that whatever that might bring. So we are just minutes away here from our first pitch with Drew Sullivan. So looking forward, Jack, to get her going here.
I'm excited for this one. Fans clearly excited as well. Drew Sullivan will take the hill for Dubuque Senior, and he's a guy everybody in this ballpark came to. If they didn't come to see him specifically, they're certainly excited to see the senior on the hill. A modest 1-2 record so far this season, but he's committed to Nebraska because he's got some great stuff. Coach, what are you looking to see out of Drew Sullivan early on in this game?
You know, one, just eyeballing him here, you just see that long, lean frame and lots of arm whip, and we'll get to see all kinds of his movement here tonight with our great seats that we have here. So, you know, I'm sure he'll be attacking hitters, and we'll get to see all of his good stuff here tonight as he wants to take down those crosstown Mustangs here tonight.
Gosh, are you excited? I'm excited.
I am. I'm ready to go. Like I said, we're here, and let's get her going here. And like I said, keep the raindrops away and let them have this great experience here tonight.
The corn a little bit shorter than it was when Kevin Costner cut it down in 1989. The If You Build It High School series continues. We had Clinton and Western Dubuque on Wednesday, and then yesterday you were on the call for that great rivalry doubleheader between Cascade and Beckman. Now a couple of the bigger schools doing battle. And how about this town? We're in Dyersville now, but we're just west of Dubuque, and Dubuque, it's a baseball town with a capital B.
Hey, this county of Dubuque is all baseball. So small towns, bigger towns, it's all about baseball. And I just appreciate what this county has done for baseball and with the Field of Dreams here in Dyersville, the town itself. So it's a great experience, and they're baseball savvy people here, the fans. So everybody's fired up for this tonight.
Well, let's start with a righty-on-righty matchup. A senior against a freshman. Danny Houselog steps in.
Yeah, Houselog, though, has had a good start to the year and looking here to be the typical leadoff man for the Mustangs and try to earn a base in a tough way against a good pitcher here with Sullivan.
Checks a swing. It goes past him.
Yeah, nice pitch there with taking a little bit off that. A little breaking ball there by Sullivan. Evens the count.
Houselog, a freshman, the only freshman in either starting lineup. Just inside. Senior fans wanted that one. Houselog hitting a very respectable .286 on the season. On base for 26.
Yes, I see he's also their leader with 13 stolen bases. Senior runs a little more than Hempstead does, but Houselog is their leader in that category.
3-1 pitch is a strike. And Danny was about to throw his bat, run on over to first. Nuh-uh, full count. says the home plate umpire, Matt Nauman. He's assisted by Jeffrey Rowan in the field.
Nice job of painting that corner there.
3-2 pitch is just outside, and Houselog, the dangerous freshman, the freak athlete they call him, is on base.
Yeah, mid-80s here so far with Sullivan with his fastball. It's a cooler night. You know, last night was a little cooler too, not our typical June weather, but doesn't matter to these guys. They're just glad to be here and want to play.
Here's another young gun, a sophomore, Colin Brown. He hits .231 on the season. And he lays down a bunt.
Nice
It's
bunt.
a good one. Throw over the first is in time from Gunnar Kuhl. Not an easy play, and it moves Houselog over.
Yeah, nice play there. This shows you what this game means to these two teams. And Hempstead, knowing with Sullivan on the mound, they're going to have to fight and scratch for runs. So right away they give that out up, move the runner to second, put him in scoring position for their top hitter here with one of their top hitters with Will Steffen here coming up next.
Yeah, you've got it right. Not a lot of runs guaranteed here against Drew Sullivan. He's got a whip under 1 and ERA just over 1. ERA 1.12, whip .91. Will Steffen steps in and watches ball 1.
Yeah, we got such a nice angle here of just seeing some of that movement. His breaking ball, he's just got a lot of nice rotation on it, and really has worked that outside corner here so far early on.
Count even at 1. Steffen also committed to college. He'll play at Cornell for head coach Robbie Dabrowski.
Yeah, that's the nice thing here, Jack. You get up to these schools and you get to hear, as you found out from the coaches, where these guys are going to continue their careers. So that's awesome to see them moving on and continue to play the game.
Sullivan, as we mentioned, playing at Nebraska. He's coming off a gem against Iowa City West back on June 10th. Struck out 12 and gave up 1 earned run across 6 innings pitched in a win.
Yeah, and he's just, like I said, he's got such that long, lanky frame, and as he gets to college and fills out a little more and gains some of that strength, he'll increase velocity and just get better and better as he matures.
There's a strike. And now this is where he can utilize the off-speed stuff. Barrett Reed, the second baseman for senior, is trying to keep Houselog close. As you referenced before, Coach, 13 steals on 14 attempts for Daniel Houselog, the freshman. 2-2. Struck him out swinging.
Big second out there to get Steffen on the K swinging. And Sullivan struts his stuff there a little bit with that fastball, and too much velocity there for Steffen on that pitch.
That was Will Steffen's 67th at-bat of the year. It was only his 5th strikeout.
Yeah, that just shows you, number one, he's such a good contact hitter, but it just shows you the stuff that Sullivan has too. It's a great point.
A runner in scoring position for Paulson, and Caleb Paulson watches an inside off-speed pitch go by.
Yeah, it's about the first time I think we've seen him move in a little bit on the hitters tonight. He's really been working the outside part of the plate here in the top of the first. And I'm sure we'll see that as the game goes on. He'll start using both sides, but right now that's where they're working on those hitters a lot.
Fouled it off.
Yeah, he's pumping her in there about 80, mid-80s right now. So with that fastball and breaking balls are into that 76, 77 range. So he's giving them some different looks here and different angles with his pitches.
Paulson, who's at the plate now, will play third base in the field. He also catches. One. Hard hit ball left side. Great play made by Easton Felderman on the hop, and a stretch by Riley Lawler at first. Hempstead leaves a runner stranded at second. Drew Sullivan is out of the inning. Dubuque Senior will get their first chance at the plate. This is high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. Our presenting sponsor is TH Media. Hempstead strands a runner in the top of the first, and we go to the bottom of the first. Easton Felderman, Barrett Reed, and Riley Lawler due up for Dubuque Senior in the bottom of the first inning here at the Field of Dreams. Jordan Wolf, the lanky right-hander, senior, pitching for Hempstead. I like this uniform matchup, Coach Arms. Maybe a little early to talk about the uniforms. Hempstead's got the all black with white pants. A little bit of an alternate look for senior, who typically they go with baby blue and red as the primary, but this off-white color as a main color, I like it.
Yeah, it's different, and when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's kind of a nice look here. And yeah, Hempstead with the wearing the black jerseys, but yeah, they stand out. We got a great pitching matchup here too. I'm excited to see Jordan Wolf throw tonight too. We've got our two tall, lanky pitchers, and watching Wolf warm up, had a lot of good movement on his pitches here too. So should be a good matchup for these two teams tonight.
Wolf pitching to Felderman. And there's a strike. Already Wolf ahead in the count. His ERA just under 2 at 1.78, a whip of 1.73, 16 strikeouts against 17 walks.
You know, one of the impressive things there too, Jack, is both of these guys are just tough on whoever they face. And we mentioned their records and just that being a little bit deceiving, but man, their teams are not, neither one are giving up over team hitting over 200 against them. So they've been pretty tough this year, just have run into games where maybe just didn't get some run support. I like the leadoff hitter here too, Felderman for senior. Leading hitter for him, hitting 404, 23 hits on the year. So he's a good leadoff hitter too to get things started for the Rams.
Nubs one to the left side. It's through the third baseman Paulson, and Houselog can't make the play. Easton Felderman, who typically bats in the 2 spot, Coach, moved up to the leadoff spot. He fell behind 0-2. I like the way he battled back.
Well, 2 strikes there. He did everything he can just to put the bat on it. Gets squeezed a little bit, squirts it out to that 5-6 hole, and it's just enough to give him a infield hit there. And, yeah, good approach there with 2 strikes, just putting the ball in play and gets him a base hit.
So here's Barrett Reed, the team leader in on-base percentage. Typically, he bats leadoff, but Coach Tyler Sogling doing something different.
Yeah, there's just times where maybe just field need to shake things up and try something. Even a little switch like that between the 1 and 2 batters makes a difference. But both have had good years, so it's nothing to do with anything other than just trying a little different option here tonight in those top 2 spots.
0-1. Reed again squares the bunt, and again it's foul. Once again, Wolf is ahead in the count.
Yeah, it's interesting here. Here we are in the first, and we've seen both teams in that first inning here trying to advance runners and try to get somebody in scoring position because they know it's going to be a tough night at the plate. So now with 2 strikes here, we'll see how Reed approaches his at-bat here now with 2 strikes, trying to put it in play.
Quick throw over. Felderman, 8 stolen bases on 9 attempts. Wolf gives him a look. Here comes the 0-2. Oh, they hit him. And Reed took it. Reed took it well. He nods to his dugout, and there are 2 on for senior. Both batters, Wolf gets ahead 0-2, and both times senior gets on base.
Yeah, that's tough. You got that 2 strikes on the hitters, and ball sails in, just kind of got away from him. In on Reed, he takes the hit by pitch. Now we got runners on first and second. Reed didn't flinch on that. He just stayed right in there and stayed in his spot, takes the base, and now we'll see with Lawler here how they choose to play this, if they'll let their 3-hitter go ahead and swing away here.
This is an early big moment. Riley Lawler, the lefty at the plate, has really improved his pop this season.
Yes.
But he squares the bunt and fouls it off. Lawler had 0 home runs, 4 extra base hits last year. This year he's already got 2 homers, 2 doubles, and a triple.
Yep, and 14 RBIs to go with that, and it just shows you what these coaches think about this game. That's your 3-hitter here, and they just had him try to advance the runners. So doing everything they can to move people here and opportunities to score, trying to increase that.
Decent-sized crowd here Not the best weather in the world. Could be a lot worse, though.
Feels like a fall football game, early September. Nice bunt.
Lawler lays it down, and this will be Baker throwing in time, moving the runners across. Great bunt by the left-handed Lawler.
Very nice. You know, sometimes, Jack, you have those hitters that are hot, and you choose just to opt to let them swing away and hit. They don't get opportunities to bunt. So we've seen that tonight with a two-hitter advancing a runner that's normally a leadoff hitter. Then we see our three-hitter for senior advance those runners up here to second, third.
Here's an opportunity for the pitcher to help his cause. Two runners are in scoring position with just one out, and you expect Sullivan to swing away.
Yeah, look at the positioning here, though. Middle infield's playing middle depth, and corners are in tight, and they're already trying just to take runs away, not going to concede anything here early, so corners are in pretty tight here.
First pitch strike. At the knees, good looking pitch.
Very nice. Yep, good spot, good place to go there. Now second has backed up here. Short's a little deeper now than they were that previous pitch, so corner's still staying tight though.
Late swing fouled it off, and Sullivan, a great pitcher, can really swing the bat as well. An OPS just over 1.0 and an average at about 400.
Yes, yeah, good, very good offensive numbers for him. You know, with his being the primary pitcher and just the load that he carries that way has not affected him at the plate at all. I think they get a chopping ground ball here up the middle, short second. They're going to score a run just at their Hempstead's depth.
Hard swing, way foul into the parking lot. I noticed that too. Hayden Harper playing second base for Dubuque Hempstead is leaving a lot of room up the middle.
Yeah, they've kind of shifted out of how they were that first pitch. Now they're really playing him kind of heavy pull to that right side at second. Corners have remained in fairly tight here.
0-2. Low, and Brown is able to block it.
I'm sure the grass is just a tad wet, so they'll be, I'm sure, having people in the dugouts with a towel, making sure they keep everything dry for those pitchers. Could be an issue at times during the game for infielders of the ball or outfielders coming up off the grass. Picking it, we saw that last night, got wet and picking it up and it'd sail a little bit, so I'm sure they've had that discussion already in the dugouts.
1-2. Check swing, and he got him.
Wow, that's a big out right there. Runners on second and third, and gets that check swing. Second strike or second out here.
So home plate umpire Bat Nauman says Sullivan went around, and there are two outs. Joey Schlosser in a big spot. And when you have Drew Sullivan, ironically, who just struck out, when you have Sullivan on the mound, if you have one or two runs of support, you'll take it.
That's
if
right.
You're Dubuque Senior and Coach Soy.
Yeah, we've seen that here so far with just their willingness.
Pass ball, here comes Felderman. Slide, and he's well safe. Throw gets away from Wolf. This will be two runs. Barrett Reed comes home. And just like that, Senior's got two.
Yeah, the ball, as Brown made that throw to Wolf at the plate, it hit the sliding Felderman and kicked off, and it allows the runner to score from second as well. There you get two on a pass ball.
So a pass ball, a breaking ball that frankly just got by Brown, and this is really unlucky. It hits the runner's knee.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Karam's off, and it allows two to come in here with two outs just after they got the big strikeout and feeling better, and that happens sometimes, unfortunately. Now they've got to regroup here and get the hitter.
Schlosser on the ground, softly. Wolf to first, and that'll do it, but not before Senior strikes for two. Hempstead will try to make up the difference in their half of the second inning. Hafel, Baker, and Harper coming up next on 9.2. A pass ball allows two runs to come home. Easton Felderman and Barrett Reed scoring for Senior. And now Dubuque Hempstead bats in the top half of the second. Luke Hafel, Luke Baker, and Declan Harper are due up for the Mustangs. Coach Harms, as you see Drew Sullivan getting in his warm-up pitches, what does two runs of support do for him and his confidence?
Well, I think that's has to give him just that little sense of relief He's probably a pretty high-focused kid already. I mean, he's going to be playing baseball at a high collegiate level. But what it does is it gives him a little more confidence. He might look at times expanding that zone a little bit here, that two-out lead or two-run lead. But with his velocity, and he's just going to keep attacking these guys and then see if he can expand it a little bit, get them to chase a little bit with that 2-0 lead now.
Fans got the umbrellas out, excited to see their boys from Dubuque. Off-speed pitch gets Luke Hafel swinging for strike one.
Yeah, the crowd came prepared tonight. They were ready for the weather. Plus, we got a little bit of roof cover here as well in this beautiful ballpark.
I'm sure the crowd watching Joe Winters at midday and at 4 o'clock before they left the house.
Absolutely. You got to go to Joe to know what you need to do later in the day. Nice pitch.
Hafel swings and misses.
Yep.
Talented sophomore Luke Hafel, who has an older brother, Caden, played for Hempstead. He's now at Co.
Yeah, Hempstead has a little more youth to their lineup than Senior does. Talented kids, but pretty young yet.
A pitch inside, count 2-2.
Yeah, we've seen him go a little more inside already this inning to the first batter than he probably did all in the first. So attacking at different levels here and different angles.
Count runs full, and you mentioned it's a young team for Hempstead. Coach Rapp telling us these young guys have been thrown in the fire early. It took some time to catch the speed of the game, and he's looking to find some more consistency with his team.
Yeah, I think part of that too is just in that valley side. Well, either side that you're playing, a nice pitch, took a lot off. Wow.
Swing and a miss. Second strike out of the game for Drew Sullivan.
You know, there's really, whether you're in the Mississippi Valley Division, Mississippi Division, not a lot of room to hide. There's some pretty talented teams, and when you're young and you're going against some of those juniors and seniors like they are tonight that have been pitching for 3-4 years and have a lot of stuff, you have to learn on the job pretty quickly, and that's what Coach Rapp's referring to, what they've been doing here.
Here's the first baseman, Luke Baker. Mentioned the word consistency. It's something that Hempstead has struggled with. Just to give you an example, they lost 15-6 to Iowa City West in a 2-game series in Game 1. Then they crushed them 11-1 in Game 2. Earlier in the year, they beat Cedar Falls 3-0, and then they lost 12-0.
Yeah, those are head scratchers, but they, you know, it's every day when you come back to the ballpark for practice, it's kind of like the movie 50 First Dates. You start all over and you just keep trying to build some of that momentum and learn from the previous night or previous game and keep moving forward.
Luke Baker in a hitter's count at 2-1. Sullivan working back. It's a great veteran. Great job by the veteran as you have the home run threat Baker. Up in the count, 2-0, two straight strikes.
Yep.
Baker couldn't even get his medal on it.
Threw a big curveball there at him.
2-2, just a little bit low. Baker, the only returner for Hempstead who had a home run this year, or last year, I should say. Hasn't hit one so far this year. Full count pitch.
Nice job there staying alive, just getting just enough of that to foul that off to get another crack here at Sullivan.
How important are these at-bats where you run the count full against a veteran like Sullivan?
That's a great point, Jack. It's very important. If you can get deep in the count, you make him throw more pitches, and in the end, it's going to help you later. And plus, you're seeing just everything that he has. So, yeah, if they can work those counts deep, it's to their advantage. The problem is he's so good at getting ahead of the hitters and staying ahead. That time he worked from behind, but he just makes it really tough for them to do that. So,
well, down goes Luke Baker. Up comes Declan Harper. An appeal over to the field umpire Jeffrey Rowan. No, Harper did not swing. Harper, the senior, you'll see his brother, junior Hayden Harper, afterwards if he can get on base here.
You know, early here we've got 2 outs here in the top of the second, and I'm a little shocked at how much more fluid Sullivan looks already. Like he's just really starting to get loose now. He just looks so much more fluid. And
this time he's behind the count, though.
Yeah, his velocity is been just a little bit higher this inning too. But yeah, he's been behind here a little more here in the second.
Three-one pitch is inside, and Harper on with a walk. His brother Hayden comes up. Tough spot for Hayden Harper, who's in there for his glove at second base. He's only a 103 hitter, on base 270.
Yep, he's just got to try to put it in play here and make some contact, give himself a chance.
Way outside.
Yep, just walk the brother ahead of him here, and no hurry to swing at anything way out of the zone here. Wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe take a strike here after the previous walk to his brother.
Third straight batter during which Sullivan has fallen behind in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, this is the part that drives coaches nuts a little bit, because he's got all the stuff that he needs, and you're down in the order. Hitter that's had some struggles at times during the year, and then you fall behind 3-0, and could probably just be attacking that strike zone here and getting the out. Now he's got to battle back.
That time he hits the zone. It's 3-1. Harper up now. Nick LaGrain on deck. Declan Harper on base. Swing and a miss. Count runs full. Already 2 strikeouts this inning for Sullivan. Should he get one more, he'd be out of this inning, and then he'd face 9-1-2 in the top of the third.
Yeah, I just can't imagine he isn't going to throw anything but straight heat right at him here and pump her right down the zone.
One a little bit high, and Harper, both Harpers are on base.
Yep, he did. He came back with that fastball, but just up and out of the zone. Nice job at bat there with Hayden Harper. Both the Harper boys of getting on base and making him throw some strikes here. And we'll see if that's going to be Hempstead's strategy here a little bit and get some runners on.
Here's Nick LaGrain, the 9-hole hitter. An average just over 150. So if you're Coach Soy for senior, you're thinking or maybe yelling the same things to your pitcher. Just throw it over the plate. Let your defense make a play with 2 outs.
Yep. First pitch curveball there, misses. Yeah, he's just a little trouble with his command here this inning.
Senior pushing 2 across in the bottom half of the first after a pass ball. Now Sullivan working with a 2-run lead. Hard hit ball into left field. Harper around. Here comes the throw from Joey Schlossler. It's cut off. And Hempstead gets one back on an RBI single by the 9-hole hitter, Nick LaGrain.
How about LaGrain there coming up with a big RBI here to get some momentum back for the Mustangs. 2 outs, 2 walks, and he comes through in that 9 spot with a big RBI base hit to get the Mustangs on the board. Nice job, nice piece of hitting there. I think that pitch was up a little bit too. He just stayed right on top of it. Nice line drive out into left, and Coach Rapp, 2 outs. He was not. He was sending that runner right away. He wanted to get that run in with 2 outs and get him on the board, and they did.
Just the second RBI of the year for Nick LaGrain, and now it turns things over to the top of the order. Incredibly, just the 4th earned run Drew Sullivan has given up all year long. He came in with 18 2/3 pitched.
See what our mound conference is here with the, can't tell from our angle if they've got I bet it's, Yep, yep. I think that's exactly right. For their cleats, when the dirt gets sticky, they just have that little cleaner out there, and I think they might have had it jammed up in there. But anyway, we've got runners on first and second here with 2 outs, and Hempstead one swing away here with Houselog to tying this baby up.
And what a big spot for the freshman. Hayden Harper on second, Nick LaGrain on first. Hard hit ball, shortstop Felderman to second. That's all they need. Hempstead strands 2, but they do get 1 run back. It's 2-1 heading to the bottom of the second. This is high school baseball at the Field of Dreams on KCRG 9.2. Well, this is new. It appears they are applying some more dirt onto the mound.
Yeah, my guess is that's a little bit of diamond dry they're working in there. That, you know, we have the luxury being in this press box and not out in the elements, and probably a little more rain than we're aware of. But yeah, they went that last inning. They were checking into it, and the crew came out right away. It looks like they threw down some diamond dry in that area where the pitchers are, from the pitching rubber down to where their lead foot's hitting, and clean that off a little bit to help them get a little better footing. There might be some slipping out there, and coaches saw it. And
Nick LaGrain with an RBI single made it 2-1. But before that, a passed ball, sending 2 runners home. Easton Felderman first, and then ball goes off of his knee. Barrett Reed easily able to come in. But Coach, what a job of hitting by the Hempstead bottom of the order, as Hayden Declan Harper, I should say, coming home after the LaGrain RBI single, and it is 2-1 with the dangerous Drew Sullivan on the mound for senior. Every run comes at a premium.
yeah, Coach Rapp has to be thrilled with that, seeing his bottom of the order come through where they get 2 base on balls, and then LaGrain comes up and gets a big hit for them in that 9 spot to make this a 2-1 game. Houselog then hits a sharp ball to short. That's for the 3rd out, but it's a little bit in their mind. They're like, hey, let's go. We've hit a couple balls hard here. We're going against a good pitcher, but keep swinging, keep playing, and got a little more diamond dry worked into the batter's box area here to keep everybody safe, and we'll be ready to go here in a second.
Yeah, the rain is light, but it is most certainly present. Jordan Wolf out for his 2nd inning of work. Teddy Schlossler due up. After him, it'll be Cam Warsinger and Gunnar Kuhl for senior.
What do you think that is, Jack? Is that senior? Is that a cream, or is that a gold, or what would you call that?
Cream's a good call.
It's a heavy cream, I'd say.
You know what I'd call it? As Teddy Schlosser, the catcher, steps up, takes a pitch inside. I compare it favorably to the Chicago Dogs uniform out of the American Association. No ketchup.
Yeah, it's I just have not seen that color around, but it's pretty cool to see that with the red. It pops out of there.
Close to taupe or khaki, perhaps. Schlosser is ahead in the count. And that hit him. 2nd hit by pitch of the day in as many innings, and Schlosser is on first.
Yeah, the senior hitters are in on that line, and they're anything thrown in, they're not flinching a bit, and they're willing to take that base and take the hit by pitch, and that's Schlosser gets it started for them with that hit by pitch.
And here's Cameron Warsinger, 7-hole hitter. Left-handed bat with Teddy Schlosser on first. Relatively strong bottom of the order in terms of hitting as Warsinger pushes the bunt. It's a good one.
It is.
Throw from Wolf to Baker to get Warsinger, but Schlosser able easily to get to second.
Yeah, very nice bunt there to move that runner up, and that's going to be our strategy here tonight, that we're going to see anything we can do to get runners in scoring positions by both teams, and it'll continue now. Seniors got that run and scoring position here.
Teddy Schlosser, who was hit by the pitch, finds his way on second. Inside pitch. And both coaches, in conversations with them before the game, referenced execution, small ball plays with this MLB bat, or I should say park. You don't expect the bats to be flying necessarily. 1-0 pitches in there. So singles, bunts, sacrifices, walks are going to be huge. They always are huge in high school baseball, of course. You don't have the same power hitters that you do in college, but especially in a game like this, Coach.
Yeah, they're staying true to their word, because that's exactly what we've seen from both teams tonight, of any way to move runners and find a way to try to get runners in.
And Cool hit again. Third hit batsman of the day, and Jordan Wolf, who can struggle with being erratic occasionally, has hit his third batter. And a coach coming out here for Hempstead to talk it over with his infield.
Yeah, I like that. Prior to the coach coming out, the other infielders were rallying around him here, just trying mentally to get him to reframe and get his focus back. And now coach will come out and just try to remind what the game plan is here. Let the infielders know where they can get an out here. Runners on first and second, be able to step on a base here, nobody out. Keep the ball in front, advance, not let anything get to the outfield, but lots of little conversations going on here strategy-wise, but also just to try to give Wolf a minute to catch his breath and to regroup and be ready to throw some strikes.
Coach Rapp, in a conversation we had with him before the game, says Wolf is, quote, effectively wild sometimes. Effectively wild meaning he'll throw 4 balls and then 3 heaters, and guys aren't necessarily very comfortable.
Yeah, they're not going to dig in because you may not know where the next one's going. We saw this last night when to get somebody to the bullpen to warm up, they've got to run a long ways. We've got, looks like some action heading out for Hempstead here after this pitch.
Good call, Coach. And Dawson Opelt swings and misses.
Nice pitch there. Come back after that mentally and throw a good strike there. Now they're going to let these guys get out there. It's a little bit of a track work out there, running 200s out there to get to the bullpen.
Yeah, 1 coach and 2 players are out there in center field. Dawson Opelt is a fantastic pitcher. Does struggle a little bit at the plate. He plays right field today. Nubs it off foul.
Yeah, ran that in hard on his hands that time for the second strike.
Assuming no double play, you do get Felderman up, who singled in the bottom of the first inning. That's your top of the order.
Yep,
Senior's got to be happy with it.
Yep, and Senior does some damage there in the top, so this is big at bat for Opelt here.
Although Nick LaGrain, the 9-hole hitter, not known as a powerful bat, he hit the first RBI of the game.
That's right.
And those are going to be at a premium. Schlosser started the inning with a hit by pitch. He stands on second. Opelt swings and misses. Strike 3, and Jordan Wolf throws the heater right by him.
Yep, went up and in that time, and with that 2-strike count, Opelt couldn't catch up to it, and it's a big out, and now Wolf gets to deal with the top of the order here.
Certainly not an easy top of the order to deal with.
Looks like we got a runner going out to second. Is that 5?
That's Brooks Reed going into the game.
Yep.
He's the courtesy runner for the
Correct.
catcher Schlosser.
Yep.
And Reed, we might see him in the infield playing third base.
Nice lead out there, not being held too tight. There's a nice pick.
Oh, back to Reed. Oh, it's past the shortstop Houselog. Reed will stay put.
You know, that's interesting there. I wondered that if there was a reason why they were just giving him so much space there. So I don't know if they had a predetermined pick play there or not. And had that throw been on the mark, I think they'd had him. So I don't know if that was just a design there of how they did that. But, man, they were close to getting it out there. So Reed breathes a sigh of relief here to get his lead again.
First pitch, way outside.
Uh-oh, we got trouble here.
Uh-oh, trouble. You said it. Throw to second. They try to catch Reed. Throw to third. They got him. Paulson applies the tag, and that will do it for the second inning. Somehow, Jordan Wolf gets out of it after hitting 2 batters, and we go to the third. No runs on no hits, and they strand 2. Tonight's featured sponsor is I'm On Communications.
Third.
Welcome back to the Field of Dreams. Let's see a replay of what just happened to end the second inning. The pinch runner Reed was caught in the rundown, but that's not an easy play. The throw over the third in time.
No, I was a little worried at first when they threw behind him that he might be able to beat it, but nice job by Hempstead there making those relay throws. The runner on first, you just got to remember, always pay attention to the runner ahead of you. If he's not going, you're not going. Head was down, running, didn't see that the runner had stopped, and then it just created that situation for Hempstead to work out of that inning. I'm sure Hempstead would like to have that back with 2 outs to have a runner in scoring position, but run themselves out of the inning, and Hempstead breathes a sigh of relief and gets to come up to bat here looking to tie it in the third.
That's a detail-oriented play that I'm not necessarily sure either coach is happy about, but you're certainly a lot happier about it if you're Hempstead.
You know, ideally, if it could have happened, they would have loved to draw on that throw to first and then had the runner just sneak on down to third, but heads up on Hempstead there to get that lead runner and know where to go with the ball there, because I've seen that play actually run many times just to try to get him to bait him into throwing it to first. And nice job by Hempstead defending it, being ready for anything that comes their way.
Colin Brown watches the first ball go by. A sacrifice bunt moved over Danny Houselog in the first. So Brown has not yet been on base, but he has seen plenty of pitches from Sullivan.
Yeah, the only thing that's a little bit of a shame tonight weather-wise, if it had been dry, we've, see the pitchers work in a dry mound, and sometimes it gets wet. They put the diamond dry down, and mentally sometimes guys have a harder time with that of just always trying to work it and trying to get comfortable, and so hopefully they'll be able to work through this tonight and not have it be an issue.
Pitchers duel early. There's strike 2. Only one of these 3 combined runs has been earned. This is a great cross-city rivalry. These teams eliminated each other in the playoffs each of the last 2 seasons. Full count pitch way inside, and Brown is on.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I when you think of that, I knew of last year of eliminated it with these 2 teams, but 2 years in a row. So yeah, they're very familiar with each other.
Yeah, and both those games were tight. Hempstead won in the sub-state first round last year 4-3. Senior won in 2024 by a score of 5-4.
Wow. Yep.
So it doesn't matter what the records are.
Right. Yep.
These teams play each other tight. This is Will Steffen. He struck out swinging his first time up. Pulls back the bunt. They're obviously excited about Steffen in his senior season, hitting .303 on the year, an average of 303, on base of .418. Steffen going to play D3 ball next year at Cornell.
Yeah, and he's the RBI leader for him as well here, now looking to move that runner over if he can. Hempstead's just charging the third baseman, so Sullivan's got that whole right side, keeping the first baseman back. So see where Steffen, if he does put it down, if he's going to push it to the right side and make Sullivan come and get it.
We've seen plenty of bunts, push and pull. And that time, did it hit him or did it hit the handle of the bat?
Yeah, it was close. It was in on his hands, but I don't see anything other than him getting ready for the next pitch. Umpire's just ready to move on too, so he just must have fouled her off. But yeah, it came off a little hot, a little differently.
Teddy Schlosser just taking a quick moment to talk to his pitcher. 2 seniors who've been through the ringer together. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the always dangerous Steffen as Brown stands on first.
It's interesting there. Steffen with 2 strikes just asked his coach to go through the signs again, even though it's a 1-2 count. He's fouled off a couple bunt attempts.
Steffen swings. Left side could be 2. Cool to second, and actually not even close as Reed makes the catch, but Steffen's got plenty of speed.
Yeah, nice play there to get the lead runner, and nice under control, nice throw to second. No chance for a double play, but good lead out.
Here's Caleb Paulson, who grounded out his first time up.
I think Paulson hit it sharply last time at the to end that inning to the shortstop. Hit it right on the nose, just right at him. Nice curveball there, took a lot off.
Paulson, just like Stefan, who stands on first, is a 3-year varsity starter. A career .250 hitter who's having by far the best varsity season at the plate, well over 300 this season.
Yep, good for him. He's played a lot of baseball in the last few years. Nope, did not call that a strike. They had checked it, but didn't call it a strike. So it's nice to see him that senior year have a really good offensive year for them.
These fans from Dubuque, whether you're a high schooler or a parent or just a fan, they know baseball and they'll let the umpire know if they don't like a call. Hard hit ball, right side. That's way higher than I thought it was originally as Opilt squeezes it.
You got a major league fly ball there to right field, and nice play with Opilt coming in there, calling off the second baseman Reed to get that out.
2 away, here's Luke Hafel.
You know, the other thing too, Jack, these guys, you know, both teams, these kids grew up with each other, and they probably played Little League baseball with each other, against each other, and they've played so much baseball and so many sports against each other growing up that they're, you know, it's like they all live in the same neighborhood. They might go to different schools, but they are so familiar with each other, and so I see the third baseman and coach talking to each other, and it's just it's kind of the fun part of it. You guys know each other well.
1-0 pitch. Evan Hafel, I should correct myself, swings and misses. Stefan on first, not a threat to steal, hasn't even attempted a stolen base so far this year. And the announcer's jinx, there he goes, throw from Schlosser, not even close.
Never fails, does it, Jack?
No, sir.
Yeah, I like that move though here. You got 2 outs, and you got Hafel up to bat, and send him down, and now you got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and put the ball in play. You never know what's going to happen.
And Schlosser has thrown out 15 runners. Nobody in 4A has thrown out more, but that time Stefan with some sneaky speed, able to get in there with the head first slide. 2-1 to Hafel, pokes it foul. And now kids want a souvenir.
Yeah, we were highly entertained last night with all the foul balls and watching the kids chase them, and they're having a good time. We've got a lot of people under the overhead hang here with our weather, but there's still plenty of kids to chase down foul balls.
2-2 from Sullivan. Just inside. Count runs full with Stefan on second. Hafel, the sophomore, sitting at 11 RBIs so far this season. Would love number 12. A hard hit ball ties this game up. Not gonna happen. Swing and a miss, and Sullivan sits him down.
Great pitch.
Bottom of the third coming up. Senior gonna bat with a 2-1 lead. This is high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. There's a look at the Field of Dreams movie site, and despite the light rain, a lot of kids running around, having a good time. One of the jewels of Eastern Iowa, tourist attraction that was opened up a little while ago, and man, how many thousands and thousands of baseball fans, movie fans out there, and it's just in the shadow of right field of the MLB field.
How beautiful is that? And as the corn grows, it'll make it a little tougher to see that, but man, what a great shot we just had there to see the original movie site. We get Felderman brings it back up. He was up to bat last inning when that play happened where the runner was thrown out at third, so he gets to come back up here and start things off for the senior Rams.
Jordan Wolf was in some trouble, but that miscue on the bases by senior bailed him out. So he has given up 2 runs, neither of them earned after the passed ball. Felderman in a very comfortable spot, 3-1. He led the team last year with 22 hits. He's already passed that this season. 3-1 pitch. Felderman swings into left field, but a great play made by Nick LaGrane as he calmly squeezes it for out number 1. He was playing relatively shallow.
He was. That's one of those things that we don't know. But these guys know each other, and whether there's an official scouting report or whatever, from previous games, they just had him squeezed pretty tight there in the left field with the lefty bat, and Felderman did a nice job, a nice line drive, but right at the left fielder.
This is Barrett Reed. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Came close to getting hit by another.
Yeah, I'm amazed, though. The last 2 nights, these games up here are angle right behind the plate, and these guys don't flinch. They just stay in on everything, and they'll take it if they have to. And you don't see many people bailing, getting out of the way, trying to avoid it. They just they don't flinch.
Reed was hit by a pitch, as I mentioned. He later came around to score after the pass ball and the throw from the catcher off of Felderman's knee. 2-0 pitch. Looked like he was taken all the way.
Yep.
These teams played 3 times last year, twice in the regular season, once in the sub-state round 1 as a weakly hit fly ball in the infield. Paulson squeezes it and makes the play.
Busted him in hard on the hands there, and right off just above the hands on the fist of the bat, and gets that little pop up there to Paulson for easy put out.
This series has been relatively close in terms of the individual games, a lot of one-run ball games, but Hempstead has won 6 of the last 7 meetings. Riley Lawler watches it go by. Now that one in that 7, 6 out of the last 7, but the one that senior won was in sub-state round 1 back in 2024.
Wow. Yep. Yeah, it's not just playing and facing your crosstown rival, but then when you've got to face each other in sub-state, those tournament games, that always adds an extra element there to that rivalry of knocking heads and to continue on in the tournaments.
And you got to imagine some of these players are thinking this has a feel of sub-state with the amount of people and pressure on them.
Yeah, it's a bigger moment just because of the stage they're on tonight, and I'm sure just like I said, I'm just glad we're able to get some baseball in tonight for the kids to have the opportunity to play here.
2-1 from Wolf. Lawler hits it hard, but way foul. And you know Lawler has that pop. He was just a little bit late on that 2-1 pitch. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs. Got him looking.
Nice pitch there by Wolf. He ran that curveball hard and in on the lefty's hands there with Lawler. Couldn't do anything with it. Gets him looking for the strikeout to end the inning.
Hempstead batting in inning number 4 coming up. Baseball savvy fans of Dubuque Senior and Dubuque Hempstead in the building, and what a once in a lifetime experience for not only the players but the parents, the fans. Huge for the seniors on both teams getting to play this game that, no matter what happens in the playoffs, Coach, they're going to remember this game forever.
Absolutely. That little promo before the game on the big scoreboard out there just talked about this, about these kids being the first ones this season to play on this diamond. There's been games previous 2 nights, but from their respective schools, the first one in their school's history to play on it, to be talked about for many years to come, and that's exactly right.
Sullivan pours over a strike.
Yeah, you've got just that look of it. You've got the big scoreboard. Each player, when they come up to bats, pictures up there, and lineup of the team beside it. So it's a great moment, and we're just glad that the rain so far is cooperating with us here.
2-1 to Baker. Luke Baker, a 3 true outcomes hitter, if I've ever seen one. About 50% of his ABs are walks, strikeouts, or home runs. Chops it. Not an easy play. Cool. over the first.
Yeah, that grass is wet and trying to make that throw on the run, but nice play there by Cool to get that leadoff out.
Here's Declan Harper, who walked to start the mini rally in the second inning. Declan later came around to score thanks to a walk behind him by his brother Hayden and then an RBI single from Nick LaGrain. So both Harpers guaranteed to come up here in the fourth. Hasn't been the easiest outing of Drew Sullivan's life. He's got 4 strikeouts to his name so far. He's given up the 1 earned.
Yeah, only the 1 hit so far. It's just it's been both pitchers of maybe not being at the top of things, but here they are in a 2-1 ball game, and both have only given up 1 hit all night.
A great call, Coach. And what does that speak to? I got to imagine it speaks to the importance of small ball sacrifices, walks, not necessarily the hard hit singles, doubles, triples.
Yeah, he just the free passes are killers. I mean, it doesn't matter what level, baseball, softball, it does not matter. Free passes are killers, and teams generally make you pay, and that's what's happened here tonight, that people found their way on base. Nice hit.
Into the air right side, and Reed gets behind to make the play.
I spoke too soon. I thought that ball was going to fall, but nice job by Reed going back and making that catch there for the second out.
Reed, a reliable second baseman. Here comes Hayden Harper. Quickly, Sullivan ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, he's been going really attacking here and getting ahead of those hitters, and gets ahead, makes him really, really tough.
Fouled off way above the press box.
Yeah, 85, 86 there. A nice job by Harper, just get a piece of it and foul it off.
No doubt the pressure on Hayden Harper. Down in the count. Sullivan's 0-2. There it is, strike number 3. And strikeout number 5 for the senior. Senior coming up next. Tonight's featured sponsor is I'm On Communications. This is high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. Fifth inning here at the Field of Dreams. Jordan Wolf, I should say the 4th inning. Jordan Wolf got through the third 1-2-3, but he's going to face a real tough part of the order. Drew Sullivan, Joey Schlosser, and then Teddy Schlosser, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for Dubuque Senior.
Sullivan would like nothing more here to get on base and give his senior Rams a chance to knock him in and give him a little bit more of a bigger cushion there when he's back out on the mound at the next half inning.
First pitch swinging. He was way late on that one. And interesting, the third baseman, Paulson, is playing real in. Not sure if he's expecting the bunt against the hard-hitting left-handed Sullivan.
Yeah, they've got him in pretty tight. Sometimes you'll see him maybe with a hitter like Sullivan put him a little more in that 5-6 hole off the base, but he's really traditionally at his spot, but he's in on the grass anyway.
Swing and a miss. 3 straight swinging strikes, and that's the 4th strikeout of the day for Drew Sullivan, 2nd in a row. 5th straight out for Wolf. Here's Joey Schlosser. I don't know what the scouting report says, but Caleb Paulson just backed up, way up.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably got somebody in the dugout telling them. Of course, now a lot of them wear wristbands too, and they probably have that on there that tells them where to be. And yeah, I was surprised that too with Sullivan, how tight they were. And now he's dropped way back.
A big hack from Joey Schlosser, who grounded out to the pitcher. his first time up. Way over his head.
Yeah.
That was nearly the third hit batsman of the day. And Jordan Wolf, we said it earlier on, he just struggles with consistency. When he's on, he is really on, but he's hit a couple guys. However, his strikeouts, like the one we just saw, have looked incredible.
Very good, yeah.
Nearly unhittable.
That's exactly right. He's been tough at times too, but you know, you had called it earlier. He can be a little erratic and makes it tough for the hitters sometimes because they're not really sure. They've seen him plunk a couple people, and nobody's wanting to really dig in there and get those spikes set to hit away. Nice pitch
Count
there.
runs full. Joey Schlosser, he's the big man on campus, senior quarterback on the football team, had 1,200 passing yards in the fall and 202 rushing yards. 13 rushing touchdowns, how about that?
Wow, nice year, yeah.
3-2 is a little high. And speaking of rushing, Schlosser will jog on over the first.
Has he, do you have any idea, Jack, is he going anywhere to play?
No, as far as I can tell, no
Just
college commitment for baseball or football.
Yeah, well, he's had quite a senior year then with the baseball season he's having right now and the football season last fall.
And here's younger brother Teddy.
Yeah, love to see those multi-sport athletes for sure, even in the big schools.
Schlosser fouls it back. And I can't not point this out, Coach, but he's a catcher who is currently not wearing gloves. That's Jorge Posada all day, every day for me, growing up on Long Island, New York. Wolf throws.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Another late swing. The home plate umpire, Matt Nauman, says he fouled it off.
You would make my best buddy back home really happy. Huge Yankees fan, and anytime he's hear anybody mention about Posada, he gets pretty revved up. Then it gets into conversation about those Yankee years.
0-2 fouled off. You can see the smiles behind the plate from the Hempstead faithful as Paulson slid to his knees to make the play on the foul ball. That was most definitely a foul ball. But you know his head coach, Jeff Rapp, has to love that. That's hustle.
Even a little World Cup slide there at the end.
Throw over to first. Oh, 2 from Wolf. Swing and a miss. And throw back to first. Schlosser in there safely. Teddy Schlosser down swinging. And 5th K of the day for Wolf. Here's Cam Worsinger at a sacrifice bunt in the second to move over a runner.
See if we'll be back in that situation again with 2 outs here and take a chance and start the runner, trying to get him into scoring position. Gets thrown out. He'd have Worsinger leading off the inning, next inning, but see how they choose. There he goes.
Runner goes.
Nice throw.
Throw from Brown is not in time. And Joey Schlosser keeps his right foot on the bag.
Yep, I like
just like that. He's in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, I like that. The 2 outs, you're just trying to make some things happen here, and gave Schlosser a chance to pick up that base. Good wheels, motors right in, gets the stolen base, and now he's 2 bases away from scoring a run here for the Rams if Worsinger can knock him in.
Joey, the quarterback, now 9 for 9 on stolen base attempts. Cam Worsinger had 2 hits and, get this, 6 RBIs.
Wow.
In a May 20th win over Dubuque Wahlert. They won that game 20-9.
Wow, 20-9. Wallert's got good baseball too.
Yeah, that's one of the most impressive wins of the year anywhere in Eastern Iowa. Certainly in the Dubuque area. Wahlert has lost just 2 games all year.
Yep.
And what's funny about that game is that was game 2. In game 1, Senior lost, but they only lost 2-1.
Yeah, that's a good night against a very good Wahlert team.
Worsinger fouls it off. Big moment for Jordan Wolf. If he sits down Worsinger, he'll have a favorable 8-9-1 coming up in the 5th inning, should he pitch that 5th inning.
It's the only thing I wish we had on the scoreboard was a pitch count. I'd like to.
You know they'll have that on the third
Yeah,
team.
that's right. They certainly will.
When the Phillies and Twins come.
There he goes.
Runner goes, and it hit him anyway. Way inside. Third hit batsman of the day. Or the night, I should say.
Wow, Schlosser had that base stolen. He's got to trot back to second now with a dead ball hit by pitch. But that ball just sailed in on Wersinger, and he'll take his base down there with 2 outs.
Schlosser's speed would likely tie this ball game up. Should Kuhl hit a single into the outfield. Gunnar Kuhl was hit by a pitch in the second inning, but he was stranded there on first. Swings it, hits it high in the air. Nick LaGrane spots it and makes the play. And Jordan Wolf strands a couple runners. A little bit erratic perhaps, but he goes into the 5th inning scathed for just those 2 runs in the first. You're watching high school baseball on KCRG 9.2, the If You Build It High School series, and it's brought to you by presenting sponsor TH Media. Welcome back to the Field of Dreams. Not exactly ideal weather as the rain's starting to come down. People seeking shelter underneath the awning here at the Field of Dreams movie site, just off the Field of Dreams movie site. This is the MLB stadium where the Phillies and Twins will do battle on August 13th.
Pulling them off. It looks like rain started to come down a little harder here, and I think they're going to pull them off. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
we hope that'll be short. And
yesterday, in between games 1 and 2, between Cascade and Dyersville Beckman, there was a delay. You were here.
I was.
How long was that delay, Coach?
You know, it's always a half hour after the lightning strike. We were fortunate that was just that one moment, and about literally almost about 35 minutes, we were back to playing ball again. And
look at this. We have a postponement. Hold on. Just going to listen to the PA announcer. Rain coming down. Everybody's seeking shelter. Man, we had such a beautiful day earlier, but as it turns to night, it appears this game, I'm going to read to you what the scoreboard says because I can see it.
Yeah.
Game postponed due to weather conditions. Today's game has been postponed. Additional information will be shared through official event channels. Safe travels. So we're just waiting for word from an official, but for now we can talk about what the game was. Looks like the game will not continue though. Senior leading 2-1 in the top of the 5th inning. Those 2 runs coming on pass balls. Easton Felderman and Barrett Reed coming home, and the one and only RBI from Nick LaGrane, so no W or L on the scoreboard as we head into the 5th. Yeah, it's not an official game yet. We can show you back when the sun was shining some of the highlights from earlier in this game, Coach, and it looked like Senior had things going with Drew Sullivan on the hill, and then those two earlier pass balls that turned into those 2 runs that, well, it could have made the difference. But credit Hempstead for fighting back.
Yeah, we were just really, I thought, kind of starting to settle into the game flow here. It's too bad we've got that weather issue. There's our first inning runs with Hempstead, top of the first, pass ball. Ball caroms off of Felderman's leg and brings Reed in with the second run. So they picked up 2 runs on a pass ball.
And it's heads up, of course, for
yes.
Felderman and Reed. And then Nick LaGrane with maybe the biggest hit of his life. He's in the lineup for his glove, but the 9-hole hitter swings and takes the Nebraska commit Sullivan into left field for the RBI. How about that? That's one you talk about for a long time.
That's right, and that's bottom of the order there coming through for Hempstead, and 7 and 8 hitters on base. 9 hitter knocks them in. Here's that play that ended the inning where runners got caught in between. Nice job Hempstead executing, getting that runner out at third to end the inning.
Yeah, that's a deep sigh of relief if you're Jeffrey Rapp for Hempstead, and just frustration for Senior, especially a Senior team that's so veteran, whereas Hempstead is a little more young and they have some inexperience on their side. Hempstead making the play there. Records are going to stay the same, it looks like. Dubuque Senior 10-10 Dubuque Hempstead 8-14. And when these two teams eventually meet again, it should be a good one because, you know, no matter what, these teams, no matter what their records are, they typically play close.
I thought you hit the nail on the head, Jack, early when we started our broadcast of just talking about the fact that you can throw the records out because we had two pretty solid teams tonight making some, you know, there's some errant plays, but at the same time pretty solid. So like I said, the game was, to me, was just kind of starting to get into a flow of it with kids. And then, so it's just unfortunate here with our weather is going to put that to a halt.
John, I really enjoyed calling this game with you. We will be back, but for now, we toss to some standby programming here on KCRG 9.2. For my producer, Aaron Rooney, director Mike Gerken, and Coach John Harms, I'm Jack Lito saying so long for now from Dyersville. Hey, we're back. Back like we never left. Welcome back to the Field of Dreams. We did have a quick, and I'd say relatively quick, weather delay as the rain started coming down. The scoreboard read game postponed, safe travels, which certainly scared me,
yeah,
Coach,
me too.
But it appears no lightning, no severe weather, no tornado, and we're just going to pick things back up, dry the field a little bit. Into the top of the fifth inning we go. Dubuque Senior 2, Dubuque Hempstead 1. And, Coach, you were just telling me before the break how you expected more runs to be on the board, but a combined 3 runs and a combined 2 hits. Why did you think more runs would be on the board?
Well, I just thought the way that that first inning was with the runners getting on and the pass ball and 2-run score, and then I just thought, oh, we've got these 2 talented pitchers here tonight, just with the conditions that maybe it was just going to be kind of an odd night, and it's just not been that way. Now I see that seniors made the change. They've moved Sullivan to first and new lefty pitcher here with that delay.
Yeah, we'll get that change for you in just a little bit, but we first welcome you into the broadcast booth. Alongside Coach John Harms, I'm Jack Lito. Welcome into the booth, a beautiful one here at the Field of Dreams. Joe Davis and John Smoltz will be here in August for the MLB game. It's an impressive sight we have here. Is, you know, if you build it, he will come. That's the line. If you build it, they will come. That's the line we all say, however. Pitching changed. Let's tell you about it. Riley Lawler, the left-hander, is on, and it looks like it's just an easy switch because Sullivan moves on over to first.
All right. Yeah, we're spoiled up here. We have great conditions. We have, if it were to get really bad, windy-wise, we have windows. We're uptown here, but
and how about that shot from our KCRG 9.2 crew? What a beautiful field we've got going here.
Yeah, it's such an impressive setup in every way, shape, and form. And you know, here we were in rain delay, and I looked over at the Field of Dreams movie site, and there's gobs of people out there and just going about doing whatever they're doing over there. But there's a lot of people milling around over there, and our crowd has stayed here too. So I'm glad we can resume here, and it looks like we're about ready to start.
So the day is done for Drew Sullivan on the mound. Riley Lawler takes over against Nick LaGrain. And Lawler's first pitch is a strike. So Sullivan ends his day only giving up 1 hit and striking out 5. The 1 hit was an RBI single from the man currently in the box, Nick LaGrain. And LaGrain nubs it. Sullivan will make his first play. It's right through his legs. Throw to first in time. What a job by Barrett Reed, backing up his first baseman, and Lawler hustling over to catch it.
That's a great point because Lawler at the crack of the bat, he was taking off and doing what that pitcher should do. The ball hit to the right side if they need him. And he was there, and yeah, Reed backs up Sullivan, and they get a big out, much to the dismay of the Hempstead fans here in attendance. Bang, bang play, but he's ruled out.
And that's, like you said, bang, bang play, but you see the feet coming down as Jeff Rowan makes the call. And this next pitch by Lawler way inside. Top of the order we go. It's Daniel Houselog. Got to score a rare 4-1 putout.
Yeah. Yeah, heads up by Reed, though, in the right position, doing what he should be doing.
Another pitch inside. Lawler's got a 1-1 record in just 7 innings pitched. Very high ERA of 9.0. He's given up 12 runs, 9 of them earned. Lawler can be a little bit erratic. He's given up 13 walks on the year against just 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, nice approach here with Houselog here, trying to make him throw him a strike here, and would like nothing more to earn that free pass down to first base.
And with the speed of Houselog, you expect red light here, Coach?
Possibly. The only thing we don't see Lawler's move there from the left-hander, so I'm sure he'd pick that up here right away. We'll find out in a minute. He'll probably get a decent lead and try to draw a throw over and see what he shows him, and we'll go from there.
Second walk of the day for Daniel Houselog. Houselog, 13 stolen bases on 14 attempts, and it'll be an interesting staring contest as he looks at Lawler, the senior left-hander. Colin Brown pulls back the bunt. And it's deja vu all over again from the first inning.
Yeah.
Brown sacrificed the bunt and moved Houselog over. However, Houselog at that time was stranded by Drew Sullivan.
Houselog's got a nice lead there. I'd like to see draw a throw over and see what happens. So 2 different moves there. Just held that knee the first pitch that time. He's pretty much a little quick step, and yeah, first base coach and Houselog are talking about that right now. So Coach Rapp giving some signs here. We'll see what happens. 1-1 count.
5th inning, only 7 innings in high school ball. We are really getting into crunch time, especially for Hempstead. 1-1 pitch will have to wait because no more Drew Sullivan on the mound. He's the dangerous pitcher, the Nebraska commit. He left with 5 strikeouts after the rain delay. And here's Riley Lawler now on the mound. No discredit to Lawler, but he's not the pitcher Sullivan is.
Bigger lead this time.
And if you're Hempstead, you get a great part of the order. Wow, what a play! Cool dives and makes the catch. Can't double up the runner, but Cool was sitting on the bunt, slid for the catch. What a play there.
It was a fantastic play. Just could not get enough mustard on the ball to double up Houselog, but huge out there with a heck of an effort. Diving grab there. He was in tight, came flying in.
And watch, he knew. Cool was, well, dare I say, cool as a cucumber, knew what was coming, ran as soon as he saw the bunt. And before the bat made contact with the ball, he was on his horse.
That's a shoestring catch because that glove was sliding along the grass and took it right off from hitting the ground.
Steffen swings and misses. Count even at 1. 2 really nice defensive plays in the infield. To get those 2 outs, Barrett Reed made up for what really could have been an error from the first baseman Sullivan, and then Cool diving for the catch. Steffen fouls it off, and Lawler is 1 strike away.
Yeah, Hempstead in these situations has run here previous tonight. I don't know, a little bit more rain. They did put some Diamond Dry in the base pass, so I don't know if it's a little sticky or not for Houselog, or that'll affect them trying to send him. There he goes.
Runner goes, ball on the ground. Felderman, the throw, in time. First inning of work is a good one for Riley Lawler. Dubuque Senior coming to bat after the rain delay in the bottom half of the 5th. This is high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. Back at the Field of Dreams, bottom half of the 5th inning. Dubuque Senior up to bat, Dubuque Hempstead in the field, and Jordan Wolf, the tall right-hander, is out for his 5th inning of work. It appears Coach Jeffrey Rapp is not going to pull off the same strategy as Coach Tyler Soigling for Senior. The rain delay may have cooled down Wolf a little bit, but Coach, it looks like he's warmed up, and he's back out there.
Back out there. We don't know, the Iowa high school rule with the pitch counts during the week and days rest of when they reach a certain number and have to come out. Don't know the status of that with Sullivan, or if that was just a decision. They're just shutting him down because of delay. So nevertheless, here we are. Wolf still on the mound, and Lawler has replaced Sullivan for the Rams.
Swing and a miss from Dawson Opelt. 5 strikeouts from Wolf already. However, he has hit 4 batters. The consistency struggles have been evident. 0-1. And it's 0-2. How does he develop that consistency after the rain delay?
You know,
as he stay in rhythm?
He just might be one of those things for some guys. Those little breaks make a big difference for him. It helps them, you know. I mean, they just get some time to regroup and catch their breath and get their thoughts gathered again. So he's off to a good start here right now. 1-2 count to the first hitter. We'll see. I keep saying it, but we'll see how it plays out here as we go. This pitch.
Opel hits it up the middle. Charging Houselog.
Wow.
In time, and the freshman makes a great play in the field.
That's right, Jack. A freshman made that play. That's a charging ground ball. He's scooping it up and making that throw on the run, and he does it like he's done it 100 times before, but he's just a freshman doing it. Little check swing.
Yeah, credit Opelt for protecting on a 2-strike pitch, but didn't quite go all around and led to the ground out. We head to the top of the order. First pitch you didn't get to see is a little bit high. It's 1-0.
Yeah, I think that shows you the confidence Coach Rapp has in Houselog out there as a freshman at shortstop, because he doesn't play and move and act like a freshman by any means. He's pretty confident and very athletic out there.
Yeah, Coach Rapp said the freshman is a gamer. He understands baseball really well for a freshman.
Yep, that's we certainly get to see that here.
On the ground, Hayden Harper, a routine play. Two ground outs, and Jordan Wolf, even with all those hit batters, traffic on the base pads, he is pitching a gem.
Yeah, he's really regrouped here from that. You know, he had the one more hit batter in the 4th and earlier in the game, but yeah, he's really.
There goes what I'm believing in it more and more. The announcer jinx, the 5th hit batsman, and now you have some speed on the base pads with Barrett Reed.
Oh, yeah, shouldn't even talk about it, I suppose. But yeah, that's he'd been really regrouped well and throwing well, and then he plunks that Reed. So now the 2 outs here with the Rams.
And now you have the hard-hitting Lawler, who's been playing first base for most of the day, but he just came in to pitch. Reed going, he got a good step. Head first slide. I think he would have been in there anyway.
Yep, I think it'd been close, but I agree. I think he'd been safe as well. Nice throw there by Brown. Just Reed a little too speedy there. Good jump. Gets himself in scoring position.
Now you got Lawler, who leads the team in slugging. I feel like all he needs is a single to put his team up 3-1.
Reed's a good base runner for senior. He's got a nice 2-out lead here at second there. He's got depth to that lead. He can keep that shortstop in check and then just take that running approach on release right towards that inside corner, that bag at third. Nice job out there. He's got a nice lead.
There's a strike 1-1. Jordan Wolf, what a day for him. Hit 5 batters, but he struck out 5. Hasn't given up a hit since the first batter of the game. However, those 2 runs came partially because of him, partially because of his catcher. It was ruled a pass ball by Colin Brown, just kind of let it go by. But that first inning passed ball was an off-speed pitch, a little bit low in the dirt.
Yep, squibbed away, and then the bad carom then allowed the second run to score. But yeah, he's settled in here and now trying to wiggle his way out of this runner at second.
Reed at second. Pitch to Lawler is outside.
It's a great job by Reed at second. That's just getting a lead, but you can tell he knows what he's doing out there, and anything that squibs out into the outfield green, he's going to score.
Second walk of the day given up by Wolf, and here comes a courtesy runner. Lawler out. Brody Budden in. So the force is on with 2 outs. And a big chance for Drew Sullivan. He is not on the mound right now, but he is in line for the win as field umpire Jeffrey Rowan takes a second, calls time. I don't know what they were going for there, Coach, but Reed on second, Budden on first. Both have big leads as Sullivan fists it high in the air left side.
Play.
The triangle, and it's down. 1 run will score, and Sullivan with a big hit to bring home Breed.
Yeah, that ball was, like you said, Jack, hitting to the Bermuda Triangle down there. Just nobody could get a good read on it, get to it, falls in as if they dropped it in there, and that's a 2-base hit there for Sullivan, knocks in another run.
You know, he didn't hit it particularly hard, but you know what Yogi said, hit it where they ain't.
Yep, and that's what he did, and it's a big, timely hit. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Another ball fisted, this one foul. And the shortstop Houselog, I think, might have had a beat on it, but he was just one step behind.
Yeah, I think that's partly due to the lead that Reed had at second base, and he was just trying to be right behind him. He'd been at the depth that he's at now, or in the position he's at now, I think he catches that, but he's another 8 feet, 10 feet over, and that's, even with his speed, he couldn't get to it.
1 ball, 1 strike to Joey Schlosser. Can really break this game open with the swing of the bat. Barrett Reed has scored 2 out of Senior's 3 runs. Jordan Wolf has struggled with pitch control. He's walked 2 batters. He's hit 5, but he's only given up 2 hits.
Yeah.
One was the first batter of the game, and one was just now Sullivan. And that double by Sullivan wasn't a very hard hit ball.
No.
That one a good hit into the outfield, and Harper makes the play. So 1 run comes across, but Hempstead goes into the dugout only down 3-1 heading into the top of the 6th. They've got some work to do. This is high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. Hempstead has 2 innings to try to cut into a 3-1 lead. Senior pushed across a run on a fisted double into the triangle by Drew Sullivan. It scored Barrett Reed, and now Hempstead bats in the top half of the 6th inning. Alongside the head coach, John Harms, I'm Jack Lito with you. Our entire KCRG 9.2 staff doing a great job working through the 20-minute or so rain delay at the end of the 4th inning. Riley Lawler out for his 2nd inning of work. He sat down his first batter he faced, Nick LaGrain, on a 4-1 putout. Walked the next batter and then induced a fly out and a ground out for the next 2.
Yep, now with that 2-run lead, you're down to 6 outs in the remainder of the game here, and it's about just no free passes. You know, trying to get ahead of the hitters here, and just don't want to give them any free passes or any extra outs. And there's a nice hit ball.
Yeah, Caleb Paulson was 0 for 2 on the day, but hit that one right on the screws.
He did. Nice looking swing there.
And now Hempstead will try to put a little rally together. Evan Hafel, who struck out twice, will bat here in the 6th.
Hempstead just sent another player, couldn't tell who it was, on the long run out to the bullpen, but
that's hard to see. It might be 16 Nolan Deutsch, but I couldn't be sure. It looks like a 2-digit number starting with a 1. Hafel watches it go by, and Paulson able to steal on the pass ball.
That's big, gets that runner in scoring position here now. Hempstead trying to answer the call from the run scored by Dubuque.
Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but you wonder if that rain delay affected Drew Sullivan's rhythm. He started this game for Senior, and he was really cruising, only giving up that 1 hit and 1 run. But then after the rain delay, Coach Soy just takes him out, puts him at first base, I'm not sure if that was a pitch count thing or a rhythm timing thing.
Yep.
He's at first base, and the left-handed Lawler pours in a strike. Count even at 1.
This breaking ball ran it in on the hands here for that first strike.
Evan Hafel knows about rivalry games. He had 3 hits, including a home run earlier in the month against another Dubuque rival, Cascade. 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of good baseball played in Dubuque County, that's for sure, regardless of the class, or it's just a lot of good baseball in this area.
Three and 1. You saw a good game, or a good set of games yesterday between Cascade and Beckman, 2 rivals, small school rivals. Game 1 a little bit better than game 2.
Yeah, uncharacteristically of Beckman in that game 2 of just things that they just normally don't do, but credit to Cascade. Cascade just kept their foot on the gas and came out of there with 2 big victories for their River Valley North Division.
Game 1 goes 10 innings.
Yeah, 5-4 ball game.
Count full, 3-2 to Hafel, who's already struck out twice. Hafel, one of those sophomores that they're very excited about, with the senior Paulson on second. 3-2. Got him swinging. Nope, fouled it off.
Yep, just could not hang. Schlosser just could not hang on to that. And Hafel, it's another opportunity here.
And Matt Nauman behind the plate quickly saw it, quickly called it. Second life for Luke Baker.
A big lead, yep.
And they try to pick him off. High throw. And Paulson just able to get there in time. If the throw was a little bit lower and a little bit faster, they might have got him. But, Coach, if I had 2 wheels, I'd be a bicycle. As soon as I said that, I was like, you know what? That's kind of how I'll pick off attempts work. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Evan Hafel.
Had a huge lead there and just ran him back a little bit, keep him honest.
That's high. Forces the force at third, but Hafel is on. And more traffic on the base pads. Power hitting Baker up.
Yeah, now you've got tying run at first base, and Baker last time grounded out to third. Got to put the bat on the ball here, make something happen for the Mustangs.
Baker with 10 RBIs on the year, 1 home run. 2 ducks on the pond, and he squares the bunt, pulls it back. A big cross-city rivalry, Dubuque Hempstead versus Dubuque Senior. This game is big in all sports, boys and girls, but here at the Field of Dreams, might be just a little bit bigger. Baker pulls it back.
Wow, yep. Trying to give himself up, but Lawler just won't allow him to do that here with two straight balls here. So nice job by Baker not putting the bat on anything that isn't a strike.
Let's see if he squares again. He will, couldn't pull it back. And throw to second. Paulson slides in, gets a little bit away from Felderman. I don't know if that was a called play as the catcher throws it back to the shortstop, but Paulson with his head on a swivel, you expect that out of senior, especially senior who catches a lot.
Yep, Felderkamp, nice job of just knocking that ball down and keeping it from getting out in the outfield.
Baker bunts it foul.
Now 2-2, we'll see if they keep it on or if he lets him put the bat on it here. Lawler trying to work his way back, climb that ladder back after being 2-0 here.
Riley Lawler committed to the University of Dubuque. He'll join his brother Noah. A big pitching situation here for the first baseman normally. He goes inside, count runs full.
A big pitch here. First and second, nobody out, full count, and big pitch for Lawler.
These teams, rivals in every sense of the word, both from Dubuque. They've both knocked each other out of the playoffs each of the last 2 years. Hempstead has won 6 of the last 7. And Baker watches ball 4.
Starting to get really interesting here, Jack.
A single and 2 straight walks for Riley Lawler and a meeting on the mound. That's Coach Tyler Soigling, along with the whole infield. Plenty of Dubuque Hempstead fans are behind the plate as well. Maybe giving the other team, their rivals, the business.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, a lot of those fans behind the plate, they know the players currently meeting right now. Those are friends, maybe even cousins, AAU teammates if they play basketball or baseball together. These guys all know each other in a little big town or a big little town like Dubuque.
Yep, very familiar with each other for many, many years, that's for sure. Now we've got the bases jammed. Declan Harper up, and we'll see here. Looks like double play depth right now up the middle for senior. Corners are in tight, so going to concede 1 of the runs and try to get 2. No, they're not. Yep, still at double play depth.
Declan Harper has 4 RBIs so far this season. He'd love a 5th and maybe a 6th with no outs. Hard hit ball in the outfield, whether or not it's in the air or on the ground, likely 1 run.
That's right.
Inside, good job by Schlosser to stop it.
2-0 count, some command trouble here. I would think Harper's just looking really, really small, tight box. His best pitch that he wants to see to get that best swing off. Otherwise, he's probably going to take it. So he's going to really make that zone small. And if he gets it, he's going to let her rip. We'll see what happens here with the bases full.
.30 at double play depth. Do you expect the red light here?
I think that, you know, if he can, what do we got, 3-0?
We got Will Miller going out to the bullpen.
Yeah, I saw that they're sending some people out there. We'll see. Just wants that ground ball here. He's got to battle back, though. Wow.
Ball 4, and that walks in a run. Caleb Paulson steps on home, and it is 3-2. It is getting tricky here for Dubuque Senior. They still are up 1, but bases are loaded with no outs. A slightly weaker part of the order here for Dubuque Hempstead.
Yeah, those.
But I said that. Nick LaGrange, the 9-hole hitter, has the 1 RBI today.
You know, we've the bottom of the order has come through with getting base runners on by walks, and credit to them of just not being too anxious up there. And I'm sure here Hayden Harper, too, is just reminded by Coach Rapp of, hey, he's just throwing a lot of balls here. We're not swinging at anything here unless it's something you want. He probably told him we're taking till we get a strike. We'll see, but looks like a runner for Baker at second, number 10.
Yeah, that's Henry Maloney coming in for Baker. Baker not known for his speed, so when you have a guy on second and a big outfield like this, a single could score 2 runs with Maloney's speed. There's a strike. And thanks to our camera out in center field, you get a great look at those Hempstead fans right behind home plate umpire Matthew Nauman.
They're having a good time back there. They're making some noise.
3 straight walks, and now it's 1-1 count for Riley Lawler, who just wants to put it over.
Now that tying run's on third, seniors brought their entire infield in, coming home here. Anything on the ground in the infield. Try to knock it down, keep the ball in the infield if they can. But yeah, they're all in tight now, trying to get that force at home.
Dubuque Hempstead has won 6 of the last 7 against their rivals from Senior, but Senior comes in with the better record, a more veteran team at 10-10. 2-1. Hempstead sitting at just 8-14 this year. But as I said, with the cliche at the beginning of the broadcast, take those records and throw them out the big press box window we have here.
See if he takes here again.
That's high, 4 straight walks. And this game is tied. Here's Nick LaGrange.
Yeah,
they are still leaving Lawler out there.
Nick's got one of the 2 hits here tonight for the Hempstead Mustangs.
Bases juiced for the 9-hole hitter. Just a combined 4 hits between these teams. But as we've been saying throughout this broadcast, small ball is going to play a huge factor.
Yep.
Walks, sacrifices, not striking out, just putting the ball in play.
Coach just came out and told Harper at second to shorten up his lead. He was getting way off there. They just didn't want to take a chance of some freak line drive here and getting doubled up in a potential big inning.
The infield is close to home plate. There's a strike. 1 and 2, still no outs. So LaGrange can afford to be patient, but of course he has to protect as well. There you see number 9, Declan Harper, nearly off the screen with that big lead. LaGrange watches it go by a little low. Well, game 2 was scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. It is currently 7:06. Two-two pitch.
Wow. Yeah, he just cannot find it right now, and hopefully they're getting some people loose in the bullpen there. And Coach at the just about on the field here. It's a big pitch again, full count, nobody out.
Will Miller has 6 walks on the season given up. He's in the bullpen out in left center. Walk number 5, and Dubuque Hempstead has the lead against their rivals.
Yeah, that'll probably do it.
You hate to see it. For a guy like Riley Lawler, a senior who loves this program and this program loves him, but he gives up the lead after such a great job by Drew Sullivan. He's walking off, and those rival fans from Hempstead are letting him hear it.
Yep, it's a tough moment, and just for whatever reason, could not find the zone here tonight. Now Miller's trying to come in a tough situation here with bases loaded, nobody out, and potential huge, that big inning for Hempstead getting even potentially bigger here.
Well, it doesn't get much more difficult than that. Bases loaded, nobody out, and we will give you the numbers on Miller. He's a senior who's pitched 14 2/3 innings, 1-0 record-wise, but he does have 3 saves. Batting average against of .212. He's given up 3 hits. He's given up 3 runs. All 3 were earned. He struck out 7 batters against 6 walks. Not the best, or not the worst ERA in the world, I should say. 143 on the ERA. Whip just above 1 at 1.16.
I did see, Jack, too, that he's 4th in the state in 4A in saves, Will Miller is, and they're as a team, they're 3rd in state, but here he is behind the 8 ball right now, 4-3 game, and now his job is to get outs and try to keep that damage to as minimum as you can here. But boy, that's a tough spot with nobody out and the bases full.
Lawler walks 5 in a row, and now we go to the top of the order. Will Miller on the hill, trying to get outs for Dubuque Senior. Miller, typically the closer, might be asked to get more than he's used to, but I do see an arm going into the bullpen out in left center. First pitch to Houselog. So maybe Coach Soigling not going to ask Miller to get 6 outs, but he'd love at least 3.
Yeah, falling behind here 2-0. That's just feeling a little bit of that heat right now.
A big inning turning huge, already 3 runs in. 2-0 pitch. Houselog looked like he had the red light all the way. Don't look now, but Hempstead close to batting around. They started with Caleb Paulson. He's the 4-hole hitter. We're at the top of the order now with the freshman Houselog. Paulson got us started with the single. After that, 5 straight walks. Infield playing in. 6 straight walks. And now you got to wonder if it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing.
Yeah, they're just, it's in their heads right now, that's for sure. And it's just not getting any easier either. It's a tough situation.
Give credit to Houselog, by the way. That's his 3rd walk in 4 at-bats.
Yeah, he's done a nice job in that leadoff, getting on base, doing what he's supposed to do.
Colin Brown watches an inside pitch go by. And Brown, who's rocking some sweet yellow batting gloves, maybe has a yellow light here with all these walks. 1-0, he's probably just asking, throw me a strike. Not gonna happen there, it's in the dirt. And those fans behind the plate can't be helping. They paid their ticket and they're letting their rivals have it.
Yeah, they
just keep it clean there, guys.
Yeah,
we'll be okay.
They've been pretty vocal. They moved down into those seats.
Gotta say, it's like there's a 10th position player out there.
Wow. Yeah, that's just
another walk, number 6 in a row, 2nd in a row by Will Miller. And now, barring a triple play, we will get Caleb Paulson coming up again. We will have a quick meeting on the mound, though.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate because, you know, you looked at both of these guys that maybe at times had some issues, but boy, that's just become a struggle here for him and mentally, and he's going to make a change again. Miller's coming out, and see who they're going to run out here next.
Not an outing to remember if you're Will Miller, and the pressure really on. In a game like this, Field of Dreams, against your rivals with the fans cheering loud, jeering loud against you. Those walks, 1 turns into 2, and then you're in real trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jack. It's just snowballed here, and well, they just gotta. I mean, I'm sure they'll take anything but free passes here. If they hit it, put it in play, and get a hit, that's one thing, and knocking runs that way. But merry-go-round of just the free passes, man, that's tough.
Yeah. So here's Brody Boudin. A right-handed junior. Boudin 1-2 on the year, 11 2/3 pitched, Coach.
Yep, he gets his moment here now.
If this were basketball, Coach, I'd say that Dubuque Hempstead has taken the air out of the ball.
Yeah.
This game has been slowed down, a slog almost, with walk after walk after walk.
Yeah,
7 straight.
It's if we had a chart of all those pitches here, I mean, there's just a few strikes within all those balls, so it's been tough going here for sure. Hopefully, Boudin can come in and turn it around here quickly.
Boudin, if you're wondering, has 9 walks to his name so far this season, 7 strikeouts, an ERA 4.8, walks and hits over innings pitched 1.63, and he doesn't exactly face an easy part of the order here with Will Steffen, followed by Caleb Paulson and Evan Hafel. No outs.
Absolutely not. There's no mercy here. You're going to have to.
And you know Steffen wants one. He's reached on a fielder's choice. Other than that, a ground out and a strikeout. Steffen, the senior 3-year starter, would love a big hit. Sarcastic cheers behind the plate from those Hempstead fans. That's gotta sting if you're a high schooler.
It is, and it's a rivalry here. I don't know if it's at its finest or what, but it's showing it.
Steffen in the air, center field. Worsinger gets there, and here comes the runner from third. He'll get there easily, and LaGrange scores. Well, it wasn't a walk, but it does score a run.
Nice play, Worsinger getting that ball in and keeping the runner at second. And nice to see a strike there and make them hit it and get that out.
Good contact there.
Yes.
From Steffen. Haven't seen a lot of great contact plays this game.
No. It's been an unusual game here, and it's gotten even a little odder here as we've gone on after the delay with all the walks.
And with one out, Paulson bats again. He started this inning with a single. Behind him, Evan Hafel was the first of 6 walks in a row. I said 6, I meant 7. Another outside pitch, 2-0. Man, Senior had a stranglehold on this game before this inning. Up 3-1, they just lost control. Literally, in fact, their pitchers just lost control.
Yep.
And there's a strike. Hempstead fans, no sarcastic cheer there.
It's a little bit like being in a Friday night gymnasium during basketball season, and the student section is the other team have it. We don't always see that in baseball, but Hempstead's got a lot of high school fans here tonight, making a lot of noise for them.
Summer school's out.
Nice
Runner
throw.
goes, throw to third is in time.
Wow, nice throw there. Holy cow.
Auslag tried to swipe one. Great throw from Teddy Schlosser. That is the 16th runner thrown out by Schlosser, and that leads Class 4A.
Yeah, I'm not sure there with that lead. You've got, the old saying, never make the first or third out at third, and that's the first out. And whether that was him just taking off on that, coach doesn't look real happy right now. But anyway, it's an out for Senior, and they needed it. Now that they're down 7-3 here too, I see they've, Seniors dropped their infielders back. They're just trying to get outs here and get out of the inning, whatever they can, because so now they've got everybody back at regular depth here with 1 out or 2 outs. All right.
And there's a walk, so I'm sure the middle infield will go to double play depth as Paulson gets in on the walk parade. 2 outs here in the 6th. And Evan Hafel will try to keep that line moving.
The DH, number 21, Evan Hafel.
There's a strike. Brown heads back to second. Paulson on first after the walk. Infield still shifted relatively out to the left. Barrett Reed trying to keep Brown close. So a big hole between second and first. Back goes Reed, and a pitch way outside. Can Boudin limit the damage to just 6 runs? Rams down 4, certainly not insurmountable with last licks, 6 outs with which to work.
Yeah, you never know. We've had such things change so dramatically, so it certainly could change again. You just don't know. This pitch.
I gotta imagine if you're Jordan Wolf, the starter for Hempstead, you had that rain delay, you sat for about 20 minutes, and here, how long has he been sitting?
Yes.
20, 25 minutes, and he doesn't bat, Wolf.
That's exactly right. He's been sitting a lot in the last hour, that's for sure.
On the ground, hard hit. Felderman to second, and that will do it, but not before. 6 runs come across, 8 walks. That half inning took about a half hour. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rams try to cut into that 7-3 deficit next. This is high school baseball at the Field of Dreams on KCRG 9.2. Senior fans will try to will their team back into it here at the Field of Dreams. The rain has moved away. Hope it stays away, but we just finished up a half-hour, half-inning. Something I have never really seen before. 7 walks in a row, just unbelievable, as a mix of Will Miller, Brody Budin, and Riley Lawler just continued the conga line for Dubuque Hempstead. And Jordan Wolf, who pitches for Hempstead, he's been sitting for about a half hour.
Yeah, you had pointed that out about how much time he'd been in the dugout with the rain delay and then that long half-hour, half-inning there. So we'll see what he has here as he comes out. Throws the first pitch strike, though.
Caleb Paulson started the top of the 6th inning with a single. After that, it was 7 straight walks, followed by a sacrifice fly by Will Steffen, and then another walk by Paulson. Evan Hafel grounded out to end the inning. Schlosser hits it high in the air, but Steffen's got space, plenty of it, makes the catch. And the one out, I did not account for it in recapping it, was Daniel Houslaw getting caught stealing third.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That was a big play there. And Schlosser really showed off his arm on that. He's such a good catcher back there. But, man, he threw a strike down to third to get that out. And they needed it.
Here's Cameron Warsinger. He's had a sacrifice bunt, and he's been hit by a pitch. Opposite field, left side. Oh, the outfielder LaGrane had to step over to make the catch. Not the easiest catch of his young varsity career, but he makes it.
No, that
oh, look out.
ball off the left-hander's bat, slicing away, and it's going away from him, and he made a heck of a catch out there because otherwise that ball probably rolls the fence. It's a stand-up triple, so nice catch for the out.
And if you're Warsinger, I got to imagine, just tip your hat. You hit that ball pretty hard, opposite field.
He did. They've done a nice job tonight a couple times of squeezing those left-hand hitters and really come in tight on them, and it's worked to their advantage here. And another nice catch out there.
Cool first pitch swinging into foul territory. Luke Baker takes a look. Now this is interesting, Coach. If you're Gunnar Cool, you haven't batted in, gosh, how long? It's been what feels like an hour. You had the rain delay and then that long inning from Hempstead. It's been quite a while.
Probably a few stiff muscles out there in this cooler weather with all those delays and long-standing time.
Senior has 4 outs with which to work to try to cut into this deficit, maybe tie this game or take the lead.
Yep, Wolf can just relax and throw the ball, play catch with his catcher here, and 1-2, see where he goes here. Off speed.
Yeah, Wolf, the starter, has a bit of a messy scorecard. Hit batsman, a mix of hit batsmen and base on balls. A few strikeouts in there too, but only 2 hits given up. 2-2. Just outside. Gunnar Cool's been hit by a pitch, and he flew out to left field. Payoff from Wolf. Strike 3 called. 3 up and 3 down in the 6th, and Wolf has found it, and he lets out a howl. We go to the 7th inning on KCRG 9.2. Luke Baker, Declan Harper, Hayden Harper due up for Dubuque Hempstead. That 30-minute half inning has come and gone as after 7 walks in a row, 8 overall in the 6th, Hempstead pushed across 6 runs to take the lead as Baker pops it up over us.
Where's it at? Get your glove out, Jack.
Kids are looking up. Is the ball going to come down? Is it going to come down? No. Baker took one of those walks in the 6th. He's also struck out and grounded out. Budin, first strike 2, and Budin was the relief pitcher who had to come in relief of Will Miller. Coach Soy did not put out his closer Miller, expecting to take him out after 2 walks.
Yeah, it's just such a odd thing and unfortunate because, you know, for us preparing and looking at different things during the year and their numbers, and then you get here tonight and just see those things happen the way they did. It's, I'm sure, obviously very disappointing for them and upsetting, but you have to play on, and they'll finish this one out and try to regroup here. But ooh, Baker almost, I don't know how that didn't hit him. That was so close.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, he might be kicking himself saying, oh, why didn't I just stay in the box?
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, top of the 7th inning. Hempstead doesn't need much insurance, but they'll take it. Count runs full. And another walk. It's the 2nd in the last 2 innings for Baker. He keeps the line moving. Here comes Declan Harper.
It's like during the rain delay, Hempstead bust fans out here. Bust them in and put them right behind home plate. They've had a little bit of an impact here in this game. They've just been pretty vocal, and I think their boys in the dugout have risen up to that here.
Outside. Yeah, those seats that the Hempstead boys are sitting in right now, they'll run you a pretty penny on August 13th.
Yes, they will.
When Philly and Minnesota come to town. 1-0. Why you love high school baseball. Same with Division III baseball. A lot of these guys will play at the D3 level, University of Dubuque. Some go to Coe College, Cornell. Harper hits it high in the air, in between short and left. And Felderman calls off his left fielder, makes the catch.
We're fortunate since, Jack, that we have in our area, we have some great college baseball. We have the University of Iowa Division I, and then you have your Coes and University of Dubuque, Wartburgs, and all those Division III schools, and junior college Kirkwood. I mean, there's some phenomenal baseball being played in eastern Iowa of all levels.
Hard hit ball left side, down the line. This could be trouble. Baker doesn't have a lot of speed. He's going to third, throw off line. It's a double for Hayden Harper.
Nice job turning on that inside pitch, taking it right down the left field line, and Baker move up 2 bases, 2nd and 3rd here. Hempstead looking to add more here to their total.
That might have been the best hit either team has gotten all day. A
Yeah.
double into the left field gap, and the left fielder Schlosser kind of took the wrong step. I think it would have been a double either way, but he took 1 step to his left before hustling to his right and cutting it off.
Yep. It's crazy to think that's the 5th total hit of the game, and with the score that we have and some of the things we've seen here.
LaGrain hits it high left center. Joey Schlosser makes the catch. Here comes Baker. He'll score as Harper goes to third. And take a breather, Luke Baker. He's a senior captain on the offensive line in the fall. Listed at 6'3", 295 pounds on the football roster. He's got a big grin as he goes into the dugout.
Motored her in there on that sac fly. Way to go.
8-3, more insurance for Hempstead, and Brody Budin will try to limit the damage as much as he can. But we might be thinking about game 2 as Houselog hits it in the air. Warsinger makes out number 3. Last licks for Dubuque Senior as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning in game 1 at the Field of Dreams. Tonight's featured sponsor is I'm On Communications. After 6 innings, Jordan Wolf's day has come to an end. 6 really good innings for Wolf, who started this game, worked through a rain delay, worked through his team having a big 30-minute inning, but he stayed cool and calm despite a little bit of inconsistency. He hit a few batters, walked a couple more, but he struck out 6. And his day is over, giving up those 3 runs. Nolan Deutsch, the right-hander, is in to try to close this game out.
Yep, you're exactly right, Jack, about Wolf. Just he persevered through there. Some of the issues and problems that he had, he put him on the back burner and just took care of business. And a rain delay in big inning, he just got stronger as the game went on. So now he hands it over here to his teammate Nolan Deutsch to try to finish this and close the door here on the Senior Rams.
Deutsch has pitched 13 1/3 so far this season. He's 0-2 in 6 appearances. He's got 8 strikeouts to his name against 7 walks. Senior will go 9-1-2. They have last licks here in game 1. Opel puts it high in the air right side. Not the easiest play for Harper, but Declan makes it. Out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Yep, good wheels out there and right. Makes a nice running catch. Nice drop step to his right and runs it down, and a ball well hit. And gets that first big out here in the 7th.
Mustangs on the strength of their 6-run 6th inning, leading it 8-3 against their rivals from Senior. A win here, and Hempstead will have won 7 of the last 8 against Dubuque Senior.
I bet if we looked at those 7 wins in those 8 games, there's probably none quite like how tonight has looked.
I will tell you, over those last 7 games,
Nice hit.
Good hit. Center field. Felderman has his 2nd of the day.
Yeah, I like watching him hit. He's, as you mentioned, he's got a couple hits tonight, but he just swings the bat well. He just a nice looking top of the order type hitter.
Over the last 7 games, how many of those games were decided by 1 run, Coach?
Of the last 7?
Of the last 7, in which Hempstead has won 6 of them.
I'll say 4 of them.
You're one off. 5 of them.
5. Wow.
5 have been decided by 1 run.
Yep.
On average, the run differential over the last 7 is 2.7.
Holy cow. Yeah, like you said, the records really don't mean anything because these two get fired up to play each other. And
Nolan Deutsch trying to close this one out. Barrett Reed at the plate. He's been hit by a pitch twice. He's also flown out on a bunt attempt to third base. In the air, center field. Stephen, he's there.
We had 2 outs this inning, and those are 2 of the better balls that Senior have hit all night, right on the nose, just right at people.
And finally, after all this time, we've seen 3 of the hardest hit balls over the last couple innings.
Yeah,
Only
right.
1 of them has gone for a hit, that double earlier last inning.
We're still at 6 hits total for the game, 3 apiece for each team. That's crazy.
Harper. Here's Riley Lawler. Lawler started that 6th inning with several walks in a row. He'd love to maybe make up for it here with a big swing.
Yes.
2 outs. Maybe get a miracle rally going, get some Field of Dreams magic for Senior. I'm surprised they're not sending Felderman as just an inconsequential 1st to 2nd steal.
Yeah, they'd give it up and just concede that because all they want is that last out.
1-1. Inside, and there goes Felderman. I wouldn't classify that as an announcer jinx because they didn't actually send him. But a pass ball gives Felderman a chance at 2nd and an RBI chance here for Lawler. After this, game 2, which was slated to start at 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, it will not start at 7 p.m.
Just a little later. Good thing we got great lights here.
It's true. Thank Musco. They did it in 1989 for the movie. 2 balls and 1 strike. Deutsch delivers. On the ground. This could do it. Harper to Baker. And Hempstead with the win on the strength of 6 runs in the 6th. They stunned their rivals from Senior in game number 1. 3 hits for each team, But the Mustangs, on the strength of all those walks, getting the win. They win it 8-3. We'll send it to a break, show you the highlights after this, and then game 2. This is high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. Dubuque Hempstead takes game 1 by a score of 8-3 on the strength of all those walks in the 6th inning. Kind of stunning Dubuque senior. If you're Hempstead, you got to be happy about it. You found a way to win, Coach. Doesn't matter, hits, walks, home runs. All that matters is that score at the end. And that's something you're happy with if you're Coach Rapp. 8 runs overall, 6 of them coming in the 6th, another one coming in the 7th.
Yeah, they're they're going to try to keep riding this wave of energy that they've got here from that rain delay on. They just it's like they just became a whole nother team, and once they got that merry-go-round started with the walks, boy, they just they're like piranhas smelling blood in the water. They just took off. Now, senior on the other end of it, this is a tough mental hoop here. Coaches are going to have to really work with their kids of just trying to get them let go of that last game and move on to game 2, and a little bit of that anger and frustration, and fueling that in a good way and not letting it be destructive here for game 2.
Yeah, Hempstead kind of took the air out of the ball with that big 6th inning, and that was after a rain delay. Before that rain delay, we did see some pretty nice action, small ball action especially. It started with the Dubuque senior passed ball, or I should say the passed ball by Hempstead that led to a couple runs from Dubuque senior. And you thought, oh gosh, if you're Hempstead, this unlucky play, that might be one of the plays that loses you the game. It goes off of the runner's knee, and that's a great shot by our 9.2 crew as Reed is able to come home. But Hempstead was able to respond.
Yep, they came right back in the top of the 2nd then and got their got a run on the board, and here it is right there with that base hit by Lou Grain getting knocking the runner in, and that was Declan Harper that scored that run. Yeah, so we got a 2-1 ball game at that point.
Yeah, you were thinking it's 2-1, but Drew Sullivan had a hold of it, and a great play by, that was the third baseman,
Cool, yeah.
To knock down the runner, Stefan, or the batter, Stefan. And senior was moving it.
That's
Sullivan hitting it for the Devil's triangle and left, scoring a run. That's Reed, who scored 2 of senior's 3 runs. Things really changed, though, of course, in the 6th inning as Hempstead just had walk after walk after walk.
Yep, that's just, a few free passes can sometimes really hurt you, and there were many in that 6th inning, and it just was the ball game right there. And so, yeah, it's mentally going to be a challenge for the Rams here to come back and see how they bounce back in game 2 once we get to that point here following our break. But
if you're senior, if you're Coach Soy, what exactly are you saying to your guys?
You know, it's one of those deals where I'm sure there's, because of this rivalry, you could have so many guys so mad at this point of how do you fuel that anger in a good way and not, as I said a minute ago, not be destructive. So, I mean, the coach knows his team. He knows kind of what they need here. So without being in that huddle of whether you're trying to build them up or to trying to fuel some of that energy too and get them back on the right track, he's got the feel for his team, and so we'll find out here in a little bit. But yeah, not an easy task.
There's the movie site. Rain is thankfully away. A lot of people there.
There are a lot of people there.
Just for a high school game. These kids are here, and it appears they're having some sort of clinic. Kids skills clinic is what I'm being told.
Yeah.
And hey, what better place to build up some skills than the Field of Dreams movie site?
Yeah, that's so cool.
And have some fun while you're at it. All right, well, Hempstead wins it 8-3 in game 1. Game 2 was supposed to start at 7 p.m. It's not going to start at 7 p.m. It's 7:43. But when game 2 starts, you can bet we will have it for you on KCRG 9.2 and streaming on our app as well as KCRG. So we'll send it to a quick commercial break, and then we'll go back. We'll come right back for game 2. So for my broadcast partner, John Harms, I'm Jack Lito saying so long for now from Dyersville and the Field of Dreams. See you in a bit.